All right, sorry about that. We are back from commercial. Okay, so there was a little timer there. I had to stop it right away simply because I need to save this video. So, hi everyone. So now, where we left off is before you purchase anything, if you see something, you gotta ask yourself before you make a purchase. And it's not just limited to cons where in artist alley or dealer's room, it's anywhere. Even when you go on Amazon. So why am I here? I want to get this item because I love it. It's so cool. How do I feel? I feel great. Do I need this? Well, maybe it may not be available. It might be sold out. I want to be the first one. I want to brag that, oh, I got the first one before it came out. Oh, what if I wait? Well, let's see. Maybe I don't know. How do I pay for it? Credit card, cash. I like credit cards because I get my points. The problem is when people use their credit cards, people will people will just basically build on debt. But that's why I tell all the people all the time, write down every single cent, every single dollar, that you gain or you lose. Also, where will I put it? Yeah, you gotta have enough room. Etiquette is important. Cosplay is never consent. Okay? Anyone can cosplay whatever they want. Okay? As long as it's respectful, of course. But, keep your hands to yourself, especially at cons. Now, if cons are still being held, there's going to be some social distancing anyway. So, but again, still keep your hands to yourself. Be polite and respect each other. Very important. So, and you have to always ask permission when it comes to photos, video recording, poses, and greetings. Okay, that's how you be respectful. I had one person. I was dressed up as Minato from that's a fourth of Kage from Naruto, and we were friends now. But she was dressed up. I forgot. I think it was Sailor Jupiter. I'm not 100% sure. So she glomped over me, and I fell, and my wig came off. So, it could be very embarrassing, but also a person's cosplay could be damaged. We don't want that. Thank goodness my cosplay is still intact, but my wig came off. I was like, oh no. Okay, so try not to surprise or do sneak attacks. I got surprise or sneak attacks, but don't do it with anybody. Always ask permission. Respect your space as well. Be careful with people's possessions and costumes. As I said, some people have really, really elaborate, really sensitive, yet very sensitive costumes. There's some cosplayers they have wings, for example. So be careful. Also, if you want to take a photo or do a video or certain poses, don't get upset if the person said no. Or if the person doesn't want a picture, then move on. Find another person. Also, if someone asks you to take a picture, you don't have to say yes every time. Okay? Don't feel pressured to say no. It's your body, it's your cosplay. Also, if you're in a rush to go somewhere, you can say no. All right? You got to respect yourself too. However, if someone is harassing you, state and address the behavior. Tell that person it's wrong, needs to stop, and just move on from it, walk away. Stay away from the person. I always tell people to stay with a group of friends so if the person does come up, at least, you're protected. If this persists, I would take a picture of the person, okay, and report it to constaff, conops, or the police. Your safety is very important. Again, your goal for cons is to have fun, not have any issues. So again, with etiquette, do not block moving traffic. Now we're gonna add the social distancing component to it. So if you want to do photo shoots and meetups, do not do it in high traffic areas. Do it in a big space, and also do it in a space that the con provides you. Okay, don't break the rules. Okay, the rules are there for a reason. It's for your safety and to help improve the experiences for everybody in the con. Okay, that's me with the Minato cosplay, and this guy is Naruto when he was older, but he was wearing Boruto's thing on it. Okay, so etiquette when it comes to judging for cosplay, that's only for cosplay contests. Okay, no one's perfect with the cosplay. It's an art. All right, I had one person. Oh, hi, T Doza. So I had one person criticize me all because I didn't wear the right shoes when I was Minato. Like I don't understand. And I was dressed up as Jalal, and again I had sneakers, but I didn't have those long boots. So, again, it's an art. You know, we're not perfect. The most important thing is that we are recognizable, that we look as close to the character as possible. So again, no one is perfect. It's an art. It's about recognizing your character. There are always many ways to cosplay someone. Before this whole thing occurred, if you know My Hero Academia, I did a cosplay of Overhaul, but I did it in an e-boy version. So it's e-boy is similar to goth, similar to emo kind of thing, and it was cool. We did a meetup and a photo shoot in New Jersey in a marketplace. It was cold though, but it was one of the few last times we were able to hang out before coronavirus took over everyone's lives. If you do like it, you know, this one goes to every this one goes to every cosplayer, or if you're not a cosplayer, if you do see a cosplayer who are dressed up, compliment and acknowledge their effort, because they didn't have to do it, but they enjoy doing it. They love doing it. All right. If you want to criticize, be constructive. Okay, try not to judge. So give suggestions. Say, I think this one will make you even better. Let me, but always ask before, like, can I make a suggestion? Can I do, always ask. If the person says no, again, don't. Okay, if they don't want the suggestion or the recommendation, that's on them. Okay, it's not like you didn't do. It's not like you did anything wrong. And you don't have to love or hate a cosplay. Same thing with a character. You don't have to love or hate a character. There's some characters I don't like, but there'll be cosplayers who dress up as a character. Oh, they look great. Not everyone is a pro. And always respect their art and effort as well. Because, again, it's an art. Art is subjective. Everyone's different. We have different ways of interpreting a character through cosplay. So, all you people, I mean, I usually target those with people who are just so focused on canon, like canon cosplayers. Like, what's going on? Then you're taking out all the diversity. It's important to have diversity here. I also had another. I have a few cosplayers who are black, and they were criticized all because black cosplayers are not supposed to cosplay white, and I said to myself, no, 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 not good. Anyone can cosplay whomever they want. It doesn't matter about age, race, color, religion. It doesn't matter about anything. Okay? And I also want to say that don't do blackface, please. That's racist. Unacceptable. So, Team Rocket joining the Akatsuki. See, nothing canon about it, but at least this is art basically. So you can relate to it, especially if you watch both Pokemon and Naruto. So it's an ingenious thing. Another example is there's a cosplayer who did half Naruto, half Sasuke, the season one. And the other one is all these different versions of Sasuke. So You can be the kid version, you can be the season 1 version, and then, or you could be the, if you're under Orochimaru, or you could be the Boruto version of, well, the 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 version in Boruto, for example. Again, there are different ways to cosplay a character, and you can dress up in whatever you want. As you know, again, it's an art. So, cosplay positivity. So, this is very important. I'm going to emphasize this again. I know you'll get tired of it. I don't care. Okay? No matter your height, no matter your weight, no matter your race, no matter your gender, no matter your age, no matter your skill level. You can cosplay whoever you want and look amazing doing it. In the end, we all love fiction and we all love characters and we all are dorks in costumes and the cosplay hate. There is also another cosplay I just remembered. I was in Katsucon earlier this year before this whole thing started, and there is a person who just says, I cosplay an anime fan," and he was just wearing regular clothes. He was looking like a normie. Like, again, it's art. I know it doesn't look like a cosplay, but everyone's different. So he just has a sign that says, "I cosplay a fan," or "I cosplay as an anime fan." Networking is very important. It is, whether you're going through an actual con or actual con or a virtual or online con. Be yourself, okay? Convey yourself well, okay? Networking is used so you can make friends and exchange info and ideas, whether it would be cosplay or art or other stuff. It's always important to be respectful, honest, or straightforward. The thing is, though, when you're networking, you could also lead to more connections, or you could land yourself a job. Who knows? Okay, you're able to share your passions together, and you maintain contacts. What I do is at the end of the panels, just like with seminars, when I go to pharmacy seminars or conferences, I always speak to the speakers afterwards. Now, of course, I always ask at least one question after the session, when they hold a Q&A session, I would always raise my hand. But I always speak in private with the speakers, exchange contact info with everybody. Okay, I am Wild Goldine, if you probably don't know. So when it comes to networking, it's not always easy, but practice with a friend. Okay, I tend to have a script or a system to write. So, "Hi, how are you? My name is this. What's your favorite thing to do?" What Those kinds of things. Always keep notes and reminders. Also take notes as well. Not everyone will want to befriend you, and that's okay. There's always more people to make friends for. Okay, don't feel bad. Not everyone wants to be friends like just right away. You gotta be patient. All right, everyone has their own pace. However, when you're networking, please do not take advantage of anyone. Don't be toxic. Okay, don't let anyone take advantage of you. Don't blow up their phone or feed. Don't send too much spam. Don't spam their accounts. Don't send too many text messages all at once. You crazy? So, other tips for networking. So, sharing common interests. There's these online groups and forums. So, some icebreakers. So, here are some tips. So, greet and introduce each other. Say, "Hi, I'm this. How are you? How's the con going?" Ask questions. Have you been to other cons before? What's your favorite anime? Those are just some of the some tips. What are your favorite characters or your ships? Now, in My Hero Academia, you can ship almost anybody. If you have any help or advice you want to ask for, you want to give. And I also want to compliment on cosplay and outfit. Again, it's all about positive vibes. It's all about having fun. Common places to network. Oh, that's me over here, Maizawa over here. Speaking of which, My Hero Academia. Well, there's a villain there that's Toga over there. So I didn't I didn't do my best job at protecting the students. So neither did All Might. So okay. Common places are meetups, of course, your photo shoots, you can meet new people there, panels, whether it's the people doing the panel or people in the audience, the lines, dances, parties, all these kinds of things. Speaking of which, for parties, if you're 21 and older, limit alcohol intake. And don't mix alcohol with other drugs too. Please. No illicit drugs, no smoking or vaping. I tell people to have a full meal before partying so when they do drink, if they drink accidentally, they don't get the alcohol into the system too quickly. Always stay hydrated. That also helps dilute, makes you absorb the alcohol a little bit slower. But you still have to limit the alcohol intake anyway. So please don't give in to peer pressure. If there is any toxicity or negativity, just walk away. Don't even go near it. Okay, I would go with friends and also take it easy. Don't overdo it. I know we love to party, but don't do it to the point where it's gonna affect you the next day at least. So be responsible. I had a friend who organized two photo shoots. So one on Saturday, one on Sunday. The on Saturday was Naruto. That went well, but for Sunday, she couldn't even make it out of the bed because on Saturday night, she partied a lot, she drank a lot, she got hungover, she couldn't even get out of bed, and we tried calling her. So, but the Sunday one was a fairy tale one, and I asked, okay, what's going on? Maybe we should organize dinner. So we had to replace that, and so please, you gotta watch yourself, and you gotta check yourself before you wreck yourself too. Okay, I don't want you to make that same mistake. So limit alcohol intake. People tell you, oh, only 1 to 2 glasses a day. What does that mean? Is it this big? Or is it a shot glass? I don't know. I mean, red wine is healthy, but I think this much is a little too much. What do you think? And also, it's not just the volume or the amount of alcohol, it's also the concentration of the alcohol. Most alcohols are not 100%. A lot of times I hear 20 to 40% concentration. There are different kinds of concentrations as well. Okay, the highest I've seen is 99%, but that's for cleaning stuff. So let me straighten this out. Okay, so how much is too much alcohol? 1 glass of equals to 0.6 ounces of pure alcohol. All these things where it says 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, 1.5 ounces shot are all equal to zero point 0.6 ounces of pure alcohol. See all these things? Those are different sizes. Keep in mind, 8 ounces is 1 cup. So you can it. All of this equals 0.6 ounces. Just for reference, if you see a percentage of alcohol, if you know about percent and proof. So for example, if it's 40% alcohol, it's 80 proof. So it's over here. This is just a reference here. If you have any questions, you can always ask me or DM me. The daily limit from the CDC is 1 glass for women a day and 2 glasses for men. Why is that? So men tend to have faster metabolism, and so that's why that the limit is 2 glass. The limit is 2 glasses. It's higher than women. So who gets no alcohol? Obviously, less than 20 years. If you're pregnant or nursing, if you're designated drivers, and if you're taking medications. Okay, alcohol can affect medications, either making the medications less effective, or it can make the medications more potent. And we don't want it to go a little stronger because obviously you're going to get side effects of it. One interaction in particular is when you take alcohol with a certain antibiotic called metronidazole or Flagyl. I'm a pharmacist, so I know about this. And you're going to get a really bad hangover because it'll make alcohol a lot more stronger. The other one is if you're taking it with what we call benzodiazepines, like Xanax or, excuse me. Ativan or diazepam or Valium, for example, and alcohol could make those medications a whole lot more stronger. So you could pass out from it really bad because they're both what we call CNS or central nervous system depressants. So I have a calculation. I know not everyone likes math. Okay, so how you want to find out how much ounces of pure alcohol you're taking in? You gotta measure amount of to drink in ounces. So the total volume of the beverage multiplied by the percentage of pure alcohol, percentage, not proof, percentage. So if you see a proof, divide that by 2, you get the percentage of pure alcohol, and you divide that by 100, and you get the amount of ounces of pure alcohol you drank for maybe the entire day or for just that one cup alone. So again, as I said before, women per day, the maximum is 1 per day or zero point 0.6 ounces of pure alcohol per day. Men, 2 cups or 1.2 ounces of pure alcohol each day. So let's calculate. I went to a bar and drank 8 ounces of Hennessy. This is 40%. How much pure alcohol did I drink? Let's go over it. I drank 8 ounces of Hennessy. I multiplied by 40% pure alcohol. Divide that by 100. I got 3.2 ounces of pure alcohol. What happened? I think I passed out. Who knows? Now, if you had a full meal, usually you wouldn't get all of that 3.2 ounces of pure alcohol in one shot. No pun intended. But assuming that you had an empty stomach, or if you're a really skinny person, then you're really going to get knocked out. Because remember, always keep it 0.6 ounces of pure alcohol for women per day and 1.2 ounces of pure alcohol per day for men. I really went overboard, more than double that for men. So basically, got to get yourself a designated driver if you want to go home. So we're going to talk about after the con. So if possible, attend a feedback session or a panel that they will listen. Okay, especially if you keep emphasizing what needs to be improved or what you want to compliment on, and you get to meet with staff. You could play a role with making the con even better. If you're not able to attend a feedback session or panel, you can email the con and provide the feedback there as well. Maintain contact info and keep in touch with the people you met at the cons. So you can get to chat with them, especially in this time with coronavirus. It's really great to have, it's important to have a support system. Share your pics and positive experiences. So usually after con, that's what I would do because it helps me deal with, con depression. When I get sad, I try to post it like that. Also, plan for your next con and event. Now we're in coronavirus pandemic. You got more than enough time because a lot of them are being canceled even through July at least. And that's being very conservative. So we're going to talk a little bit about post-con blues and depression. It's very normal to have post-con blues and depression. It happens, okay? Some tips I wanted to give is always focus something positive. Talk to friends or family. Try not to stretch yourself too thin. You want to take it easy. You want to go at it one step at a time. There's, of course, positive thinking as well. Also being thankful. Just say, okay, I'm here. I'm doing the best I can. Those kinds of things. Diet and exercise is important as well. Of course, especially with exercise, you don't want to overdo it. You want to, again, one step at a time. Doesn't have to be running. You can just walk. Plan for another con. So when you plan for another con, you actually look forward to it, and then you keep your mind active. And then you go all the way back to what I talked about way earlier about planning a con. I wanted putting the money in, what cosplays you want to do, etc. If you're still sad or you're still going through a lot, I would seek professional help. I would see a counselor, see a therapist now. A lot of them insurance can cover it. There is a BetterHelp app, so you get unlimited text and video phone calls, but you get paid. I mean, you there is a payment kind of thing for like per week or per month, that kind of thing. You have to go to BetterHelp to find out. There's also Talkspace as well, so go to their website to find out what works for you. There's also group sessions as well. Also, the other thing is con crud, or we call it con plague or con flu. So you get sick during or after the con. Hopefully, it's not the coronavirus, but it could possibly be. It could be anything. A lot of times I've seen this with a typical cold. It's like a cold, a flu, or other illnesses. There's some people who get diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, like a fever, coughing, sore throat, some sneezing here and there. And it's not just, getting the disease from other people. It could also be due to poor hygiene, poor sleep, poor diet. If you had a little too much alcohol, for example, as we talked about earlier, since you were in a large crowd in a confined place, it's easier for you to get it's easier for to get an infection. Also, if you have a compromised immune system, now that's considered a high risk factor. So you got to be really careful. Now, we're most likely, if the cons do occur, as I said before, there's going to be some social distancing going on. Okay, just to prevent people from getting sick. How do we treat con crud? So, first, stay home, get some rest, get some fluids. Don't drink alcohol, please. Okay, there is Tylenol. That can be used for pain and fever. Now, if you have pain and fever if you have the symptoms for coronavirus, you can use that to reduce the fever. Now, ibuprofen is not really recommended nowadays if you're trying to treat the symptoms of coronavirus. But for fevers in general, you can take it. Okay, but you have to take it with food. You can also take cough drops for sore throat. There's vitamin C. Now that's for immunity. Now you can. There's also zinc as well that I'm going to add. Also, vitamin B complex that's used for energy as well. So if you feel tired, now people will also use vitamin D as well for immunity. Meclizine, Dramamine. So if you feel dizzy, motion sickness, for cough medications, it's called guaifenesin or dextromethorphan. So you'll see that in Mucinex or Mucinex DM, Robitussin or Robitussin DM. Guaifenesin is used generally if you have what we call a wet cough. So this is what happens when you're coughing, just to get rid of all that yucky mucus stuff. Dextromethorphan tends to be a dry cough. Antihistamines for allergies if you're sneezing a lot or if you have runny nose. So some of the examples are Benadryl, Claritin, Zyrtec, Allegra. So Benadryl, as you know already, will knock you out. So you got to be careful with that. Take home messages. So plan early, be organized, be proactive. Don't spend a lot of money. Don't spend a lot of energy. All right, be positive, have fun. Very important. Okay, make friends. Your health is important. Now it's more important than ever with coronavirus going on. So if you really don't feel well, stay home. Respect each other, and of course, stay nerdy. I want to thank every one of you for watching this. I also want to thank ComiGram for the opportunity to do this panel. I want to thank Hypergate Cosplay. I want to thank Nicole as well. I also want to thank Jazzy, a cos friend of mine. She also did the editing and the proofread. She provided feedback. You can follow her at La Jazzy Red, LAJAZZIREDD. So she's great. She's amazing as well. And I hope everybody stays safe, and hopefully when the cons come, I hope to see you again. Anyways, be safe out there. Have a good one, and thank you for watching the panel. Bye bye.